Hey guys, Felipe Vieira here, designer, front-end designer with over 15 years of experience in the field. And today I came to bring a very interesting update. I was about to bring this update to you because Bolt, that fork I brought to you, which I uploaded locally, helped you upload. People also have a lot of questions about upgrades and everything else. I waited for it to become a bit more robust to bring you the update, and it has, okay. What's the news here? The story is that a dev took it, made a main fork of the open source Bolt, brought it to his repository, and started working on it. Other devs saw it and started working on it, so the community became very robust around this fork. Then Stack Blitz, which is the company behind Bolt, what did they see? They saw a potential for growth and wanted to support it as well and make this fork official. That's how Bolt was born. D, right, which stands for do it yourself, okay? So Stack Blitz is also behind this fork along with the open source community, right? If you look here, there are a series of additional implementations compared to the normal Bolt. There was open source there, and there are still many things that will be added here, like even interaction with Perplexity, okay? So I set it up locally here to see how it is, so I can show it to you, okay? And also interesting, you see that the visual is almost completely like Bolt now, right? We also have the pool settings section here, okay? You see, we can enable or disable the tests. Here, we have a direct connection with our GitHub. Besides that, there's something very interesting. There are images here too. We can attach images. For it to work, we can upload project folders from our computer directly to Bolt and work on them, okay? The important thing is that it depends a lot on the number of files, right? So if I have files, it's okay. I tested it here and it worked. Cool, right? The sublocale, if you look here, it's already working, okay? I did some tests here, it's okay, right? You can see that it's on localhost, right? But there are some details that, to make this work, I had to do some things that aren't in the README there. What has just been announced, right? That we will be behind this for, so it's quite recent. So I'm going to show you how to upload, okay? We will access itrio.com, which is Quibrit slabs, Bolt.DIY, and then right. This is the guy you will download, okay? You can come here to code and download it. Okay, and download the normal zip. You can do it directly with the kit, okay, if you have a kit. I will show you here. Look, I have already opened it here. I have already downloaded everything, okay? It's all set. It's already set up here. Let me just open something else. It's simple, look. If you have Git installed, there are other videos here where I teach how to install it. Git also has several tutorials on YouTube on how to install Git here, okay? And if you are using Windsurf or the Samuel cursor, you open the chat here on the side, okay? And ask if you need to install Git. How do I do it? It will give you the step-by-step. Git is also installed. We go here, look, C code. And we will copy this guy here. Look, copy the URL. Then we will go back to our terminal, type git clone. Press enter, and it will download these files into the folder you have here. Okay, it's downloaded the files. It will upload the files here. You will enter feed me to make it easier for you to copy the command. Okay, it's easier to upload. It's Docker. Okay, so can you use this guy here? He told me he wants build, right? For this, you will need to have Docker installed. Okay, is there also a video here on how to install it? Docker also has a lot of content. You can also use the cascade cursor, how to install Docker on my machine, depending on your site. If it's Windows, it's easy to go to Docker, download Docker desktop, click next, finish. It will start up, Docker will be installed there. Once it's installed, then you proceed. npm run docker build is what you want to do. Build will download all dependencies, repositories, everything else, great. To start up, you will run a Docker compose profile development up. Okay, then it will pick it up. It will start up. I'll even do it here again. You just need to follow the step-by-step. Okay. So did you run the build there? It completed the build, downloaded the containers. You will copy this guy here. Up. Basically, it will say that it started up and will show the DA address where it started up, right? This here is the local hosting with 73. Then by pressing Control, click here, it will open for you here, okay? You see local hosting with 73. All right, it will open here. There's a very important detail, guys. Here's the thing, okay? When you raise it for the first time, what happens? It will give an error here saying that nothing is set. So what do you need to do to make it work? It will appear, you see, and here it will show that there is no LM set, okay? And there isn't, nothing is mentioned about this in the setup, right? So what you will do is just come here to settings, okay? Just a little bit. Tests, and keep the tests you have. If you have the llamas set up on your local machine, you check the llama. Okay. I have llama here, but no. It's set up. Okay, so you check and put the URL that appears in a terminal. You know, you run the llama in the terminal. There's a video. Here, when we run with the local llama, you will set the default URL here. If you leave it without, it will take the default from the installation. If you haven't changed the port there, it will work just by ticking. Okay, then you will tick what you want. It's here. I have the open router OpenAI. I also have from Anthropic. Okay, I ticked, and when you come back here, it will list the options for you. Okay, but here's the thing. It's in the documentation. They tell us to come here to the env example, rename it to .local and put the keys there. Okay, I did that. I tried to do this with Open Router and everything else. But when we do this and don't set the key directly in the interface, it gives an error. It says the key is wrong. I don't know why, but there are already some issues open on GitHub for them to fix this. Okay, but it doesn't work. So here's the thing. Are you going to do it yourselves? You are not going to use env.local. Forget it. Just leave it as env.example. Okay, forget about that. Just leave it like this. Don't change anything. Okay. Then you will start your Docker normally. Okay. Then here you will choose the one you want. You will click here, look on edit key. Okay. And you will paste just the key. Done. Great. And here you will say to make a to-do app, but there's another detail here. Look, Anthropic. Let's see. Anthropic, it's not working. Guys, I have everything right here. It's not happening. I've tried everything. Okay, we came here in a terminal. It will give a series of reuses here. See, my critical. You see, it's giving a series of errors here that I don't know. There's also an open issue in the repository for them to fix this. So Anthropic directly, it's not working. Okay. What's working? The open router is working. Okay. Hello. 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 Working normally. Okay. You need to have a fifth. If you don't have it here yet, you have to stay here. I get up, then it falls. Okay. Right. What? How does this work? Then you create a development account there. Whether it's a drop from open, then they will ask you to put dollars in the account. Can't you really put it? I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's not $10. Okay, you put $10 there and leave it there, and it will go as you keep writing here. It keeps consuming. Here it is. Huh? Why did it change to open route? Let's put OpenAI. Make it look nice. But folks, open is not very good. Okay, for generating this code. Okay, I'm telling you in advance. Even in Forgo, it's not very cool, okay? The really cool one is from Anthropic, okay? Then you will put $10 there, and as you use it, they will deduct from your credit. Okay, Anthropic is the same thing. Go there, create the key, put a small amount there, and it will deduct from your key, okay? And it's indeed doing it here very quickly. And it's finished. And it's already finished. It just doesn't have any buttons, right? You're pressing enter. Okay, there it is. And how to use the Anthropic, okay. Don't change it because I could only get it to work with the open router, okay? it will do the same thing. Go there and get one that gives the trouble. It's just that the pen holder it generates, it's that when you generate that open router, you have a credit. If I'm not mistaken, it's 50 cents or something like that. So you can test it a little, okay, but the same scheme, you can have some money there. And it will deduct from that money, okay? And it will list all the registrations it has here. Okay, then you can choose the Anthropic here. Okay, for example, let's put 3 Ryko here. Use Tailwind. I don't even know if I have a lot of money, but it's there and it's very fast. The cloud is there and it's perfect for code, so I suggest you use it, or you can use the local llama. Okay, but then it will depend a lot on your quality. To create systems like this, you need a lot of content, okay? A lot of tokens and everything. So you need to be someone who spends a lot, who can handle a lot. So ideally, you should have a robust graphics card, RTX 3070 or higher with plenty of RAM. What's ideal for you to run? Do you have an idea? It's 36 GB of RAM, 36 GB of video for you to run. That coder, right? That has, I think, 200. Let me see which one is the coder. I think it doesn't have. Here the coder has DepSig. It needs to have 65,000. It doesn't need to have 200,000. Oh, I'm not showing you, right? Guys, I'm showing here, look. See, look, there's the tudlip. Then you can test enter. It will already create, okay? But, and here I am with the open router and Anthropic. The only place I got it to work was through the open router and Anthropic. But OpenAI is working normally, and the llama depends on what you upload locally. It takes a little while, so it will depend a lot on your machine. So basically, that's it. You can create here to get API key. It already roughly explains how you make the API key, but you need a little money to be able to test or use the local llama. Then you choose a local llama that you want to use, install locally. It will run. You choose a model here and start coding locally, okay? But the important thing is that it's really cool. This guy, here you do a toggle. Okay. I'm just going to test the GitHub part here with you. So you can see, let's see, clone GitHub. What is the flow? I haven't even tested it, to be honest. This guy here. And did a refresh. Refresh is still kind of rough here. Clone the GitHub. Ah, great, you can put a URL here. It pulls from GitHub, okay. It's probably the open URL, right? So if you see something cool on Git that's open, you copy the URL there, paste it here, and they will pull it for you, okay. Import my folder. That's what I mentioned, right? You choose a local ONSO project and upload it here. It will create a sandbox for you inside. You can work on it within, okay. Let's take a look here. As he opens the chat, he opened the home first. Alright, there's already the GitHub post for you to send this guy to GitHub. Let's see how he works. Since I've already set my key, he only asks for the key name and he'll probably upload it there. Toggle terminal, he will open and close this thing, download code. He will download the zip to your machine. Sync files, I think it's if you have it locally, you see. When you upload locally, it goes here and you work on it to download what's here. To your machine, you have to click on sync local. Then it syncs for you, okay? So you'll be able to work on many projects you have on your machine. Use the cursor there, the Windsurf, to make changes. Then if you want to go back to the Bolt, you can use this guy locally, right? But I suggest putting it on credit there on the, or on the open router where you can use all possible LLMs you centralize in one place, or from Anthropic. Although direct Anthropic isn't working yet, okay folks? So you'll have to wait a year. I believe by next week it will be normalized. Okay, if it normalizes, I'll bring it to you as well. This video is very quick. It's just to bring updates for you about this guy here. Okay? Any questions you have, leave them in the comments, okay? If you have any questions about any part, okay? Because then it gives me material to create a more complete next video. Just addressing your questions, okay? You fancy here, look, everything is working here, it's running. It's really cool, okay? And here I'm using the 3, okay? It's 3.5, you have to use, okay? I don't know why I left it at 3, the cost is lower, you see, but people use the Ryko, okay? You can put it here. What happens is 200,000, okay? This guy here that I normally use. There's also Sony, but Sony is a bit more expensive. The more expensive, the better the result, okay? You see, and it doesn't end up like Bolt. Because Bolt, if you go and see there, when you generate code in Bolt, it creates a folder called .bolt when you download. Go in there, you'll see a series of prompts that Bolt leaves as default there to improve on code generation, okay? That's even a good tip for you. Take the prompt that's there and save it, okay? And when you use the cursor itself and everything else, use that one, because there are a lot of insights you can get directly from those, okay? So that's it for this video, folks. I hope you like it. I hope it helps you prototype your ideas and helps you bring your ideas to life, okay? So that's it. Thanks.